Sue here and welcome to my kitchen. So I just finished making the caramel macchiato instant mix. Ooh, if you haven't tried that, check out that recipe. Really great for gift ideas for the holiday season. And I was getting ready to start dinner and I thought, you know what, let me just drag you along for that as well. I know it's getting cooler up north, so y'all are probably in your soup season right now. Um, but I was just really hungry for tomato soup. I don't have a soup season down here in Florida anymore, but I love tomato soup. So I'm going to show you how to make a high protein tomato soup. Really good. We got some really great fresh ingredients that we're going to use for this. Now you didn't miss a lot here, okay? All I did was take about 2 pounds of tomatoes and I just cut them in half and put them on my tray. The next thing is I took a whole onion, I quartered that, put it on my tray. I also took 1 red pepper, cut that, put it on my tray. And then I took, it says 5 cloves of garlic. Now, how I do my garlic is I go to Costco and I buy the big 3-pound bag, put it all in my blender with some olive oil and I just grind it to nothing. And then I use little silicone trays and I scoop them in there and I freeze them. So I have a huge Ziploc bag that's full of garlic. So I put a couple of garlic things on there, pods I guess you could call them. I spritzed it just a little bit with oil, some salt, some pepper, and some thyme. And then I roasted it in the oven at 425 degrees for about a half hour. So that's all you missed, okay? It was just cutting tomatoes and onions and a couple of spices on there. Now, in my blender here, I have some bone broth. And I make my own bone broth, but you can certainly buy the containers of bone broth. That's not a big deal at all. But it's about 1.5 cups, by the way. So there's about 1.5 cups of bone broth in there, and I'm going to add these tomatoes, peppers, onions, all of this yumminess. I'm going to put right into this broth. And then I'm going to add some cottage cheese, and we're going to blend it up. And I know that as we get older, it's really important that we have enough protein. For me, it's really hard to get enough protein. The only way I can do it is with like cottage cheese and yogurt and protein shakes, but you have to be so careful with protein shakes because they're full of a bunch of sugar and other things that you don't need. So I try to get it the most natural way I can. I'm going to put this last one in here and give me a quick minute to move this tray so I don't burn myself in the process, because that would be my luck. All right, let me move this. All right, that's out of my way now. So in my blender here, again, it's the bone broth and then that whole mixture that I just did. And then I'm going to add to this about 1 1/4 cups of cottage cheese. And I know you might not like cottage cheese, but trust me, when you have it blended in and you've got all those other seasonings and flavors, you can't tell and you will love it. And again, it helps us get that protein that we need. I swear I'm having a flashback to my childhood with this whole tomato soup thing. Then you want about a teaspoon of honey, and you can taste this and add more when you're done. That's not a problem. And then I'm going to throw some crushed red pepper in here, and I tend to be a little sparing on that. My husband can add more if he wants some. Now, I've already done the salt and pepper, but we're going to blend this, keep tasting it, and then until you get what you want, okay? So I'm going to pop the lid on here, and you want to make sure that you start this off low because you don't want hot liquid flying all over you. So whatever you do, just keep it low in the beginning, okay? I'm going to go ahead and blend this, and I'll be back. So I did the blending. I spared you from all the noise. Started off really low and slow in the beginning, again, so that hot liquid isn't flying up out and getting you in the face or anything like that. And then I just kind of cranked it up a little bit higher, and then you're just going to go until it's smooth. If you get it and you're like, oh, that's just way too thick, I don't like it, add more bone broth. If you taste it and you're going, oh, that needs more salt and pepper, add more salt and pepper. If you want more spice, put in more chili powder or chili pepper flakes. Whatever you want to do to get the right seasoning that you have. When I'm done, I'm going to put this in a bowl, and then you can top it with like some yogurt to do a little yogurt swirl in there. You could do some fresh dill. I don't have dill. We're going to use the other kind, the good old dried, whatever. Use what I got kind of thing. And then that's all. We've got it all done. It's so easy. You can make a huge tray, because I didn't even have my tray full. You can make a huge tray, do a couple of batches of this, and have it frozen in the freezer ready to go for lunches or weeknight or anything like that. So I'm sure I'm going to end up freezing some of this as well. So I hope you see how easy it is to make this nice high protein tomato soup, and hopefully you'll give it a try. Thanks for stopping by my kitchen today. By the way, that's my puppy saying hello with his new toy. Have a great day.